is an environmental scientist and senior fellow at Yale University, and he previously served as the Vice President of the UN Environment Assembly Bureau, and he joins me now from Toronto.
We are killing essentially our oceans, and this is really frustrating. It also reminds us that we still don't understand the scale of impacts of climate change and the damages that we are creating. We don't even know the consequences of what can happen if we really kill our oceans.
Okay, so what's been hit the hardest? We're hearing about certain species of fish, but what else is it doing to the ecosystem?
So this is, I think, to a good extent unknown, that what the downstream consequences can be and how the feedback can affect us. But we know from the nature that once you impact a part of the ecosystem cycle, there would be a lot of consequences. Now the ocean would not have enough capacity to absorb oxygen, and if the oxygen is lost from the ocean as a result of warming, then the species in the ocean would be affected. If the fish and the marine species are killed, then there would be other consequences. So we are losing the capacity of the oceans to help us live on this planet, and this is frustrating. It is good that we have discovered it. It might still be time to address it, but we certainly know that there are other things that we have damaged and we still don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're describing a lot of unknowns because a lot of this is unseen. It's taking place away from a lot of people. I mean, how do we fix this, and how long have we got?
We have to immediately cut on emissions. What we are hearing in Madrid right now, the Europeans are at the forefront of pushing for immediate cutback of the emissions. All we can do at this point is to cut back emissions and hope that our understanding of the physics of the nature is correct. And by doing so, we have the chance to live on this planet.
Okay, so cutting back on emissions, I mean, you work with the science, the policy aspect, and society as well. How do you go about, how difficult is it to introduce policy that will help to reverse the effects, to stop what we're doing? What needs to change?
This is the hard question that unfortunately many politicians don't like to talk about, and many scientists don't address fully when it comes to public discussions. We need fundamental reforms to our economic model, our development model around the world. These fundamental reforms would be costly. We have to change our lifestyle, and a lot of things would be changed. Most politicians are afraid of losing votes because of raising the price of energy, or shutting down some businesses can have consequences for them. So unless we really push the policymakers, unless we really want to see a change as society, we won't see that coming. I strongly believe that politicians don't lead movements. It's the people who make the movements, and we are the ones to push the politicians. I've been in that position and know that very well.
Well, Kaveh, we heard Greta Thunberg saying that, over the last 12 months, since all the protests have been taking place, there has been no advance, no change in attitudes. How confident are you that governments will take this on board?
I think, she's being too humble. She has made a huge impact. There are a lot of people who understand climate change better and are concerned. The increasing concern is necessary to push the politicians to change behavior. If climate change becomes a big part of the US election, if climate change becomes a part of elections around the world, then we can see these things coming. She's right. We haven't seen politicians making a move, but we are seeing that in societies, we're increasingly concerned about this, and we are speaking about climate change. This is the way forward, and this is what we need to do.
Okay. Kaveh Madani, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.